Hello, everyone. This is Angela here, and today I'm going to be talking about the narcissistic personality disorder. And tonight's topic is going to be, once again, one of those engagement ring stories. Um, this story I actually saw on the Investigative Discovery channel. For those who don't know about that channel, okay, that's a uh, crime channel that talks a lot about different people who found themselves in unfortunate situations, really bad situations. And I wanted to share this story about this young man who lost his life to a psychopath, sociopath, psychopath, whatever you want to call it. And story goes like this. This guy was a young man who was very much into his studies. Okay, the story started when he was in high school. He was a very bright student, got all A's, and he was studying biochemistry. He wanted to be a doctor. I mean, he was just exceptionally smart. And all throughout high school, he really wasn't interested in the dating field like other people, other kids. They would go out with their friends and everything. He was kind of like, he was just this very handsome but nerdy type of geek, bookworm type guy. Very good looking though. So, during his first year of college and pre-med, okay, because he was studying to be a doctor, he had met this very beautiful woman who happened to be in his biochemical class. And they hooked up and they were like very much enmeshed, okay, to the point where they couldn't be without each other. They were that much in love. That in itself is not really healthy, in my opinion, because even though you're together, you both need to have your own separate things going on. You know what I'm saying? I think, to me personally, I feel that too much togetherness is unhealthy, but whatever. So this guy, um, she was also very smart, but not as smart as he was. So they were together for a couple years all throughout college. And when it came time to enter medical school, he passed and was accepted into medical school. She did not. And she was very upset over it. And he turned around and could not go to medical school. He felt that he could not leave her behind and pursue that dream of being a doctor. And she turned around and she wanted him not to do it. Well, that in itself is a red flag, because if somebody really loves you, they're going to encourage you to pursue your dreams, okay? If it's genuine love, it will withstand the separation. Okay, so that was his first red flag, that she held him back from pursuing his dream, because he had really, really wanted to be a doctor from the time he was very young. And so it came time to when he was going to get engaged. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this girl's background. She came from an affluent family, okay? He came from a well to do family too, but not as affluent as her. And based on what the story told, it sounded like she was a person that got everything that she wanted. She was actually spoiled. So she prohibits him from going to medical school, and he wants to get engaged to her. It's time to get engaged and take it to the next step. So he put his heart and soul and bought her an engagement ring. What he felt, he put all the love into selecting the ring for this girl. And it was not, she agreed to marry him, but it was not the ring that she wanted. And she made him take that ring back and buy her what she wanted. Okay, she had to have the bling. Okay, what he bought for her, which was a very expensive and very nice ring, not good enough. Second red flag. Okay, because you see, it goes like this, and this is for the guys. Okay, if you put your heart and soul into selecting an engagement ring, to what, you got to get that idea of what you think she would like, and you put your heart and soul into getting that ring, and it's not good enough because she needs the bling, the you know what I mean. That's a red flag. Yeah, that's a serious red flag, because that basically tells me that his love that he put forth in that ring is not good enough. Okay, now there's circumstances where rings are bought to where the love was not put into it, as I explained in another video. But in this particular situation, okay, he had put his heart and soul into that ring, and I was like, oh, I know, like, I don't like this story. This is going to have a really bad ending. So then they get married, and they're both very religious. Okay, they had the big pomp and circumstance wedding, and on the surface, it looked like they were the perfect couple. Okay, they were very religious. Okay, they had a baby. She was Little Miss Perfect. Okay, she did end up having a career in biochemistry, not as a doctor, as something else. I forget what they said it was, but she was making good money. But the problem was, she was brought up with such an affluent lifestyle that he could not keep up with her. Had he become a doctor, it may have been different, but she held him back. So then what happened was, like I said, they maintained this perfect image, of the perfect couple, and they even counseled couples that were struggling with their relationships in their faith. You know what I'm saying? They were like Christian, counseling couples. Okay, so she had to uphold that image. Here, this guy started to get sick, and he was admitted into the hospital, and then he got better, but then shortly after he got sick again, and he went into the hospital, and he died, like, really quick. And what had happened in that particular story, true story, she poisoned him with arsenic because she was running around on him and having an affair, and she couldn't divorce him because then the truth of who she was would be revealed to the world, that she wasn't this perfect little miss, homemaker, wife, career woman, and she was a sociopath and a killer, and that's what happened. But you see this guy's mistakes that I'm telling you here. The first mistake was he allowed her to hold him back from pursuing his dream. And his second mistake was that ring that he had put all his heart and soul into to get engaged to her and marry her was not good enough. She had to go for a much, much more expensive ring, and she had very, very, very high maintenance taste. The third red flag that he didn't look at was the fact that she was brought up affluent, and she never had to deal with doing without, learning that life isn't about being Christmas Day every day, okay, and getting everything you want when you want it, which is typical for these type of narcissists. some of these narcissists can become very dangerous, as we've seen in other stories. And the reason why I'm sharing these stories is, guys, if you're out there and you're out there dating, you know, you got to be real cautious about what you're getting involved with. Don't let your emotions supersede with your good judgment. If somebody's holding you back from pursuing your dreams, you need to just chill out and maybe put this wedding off and take a step back and think about it. It could save your life. Okay, everybody, I'm done with this. Have a great night and take care.